We begin, though, with the latest provocation by North Korea. The South Korean military says the North fired 2 projectiles into the East Sea this morning. Sources say they were likely ballistic missiles, which would make it a violation of UN Security Council resolutions. Our Kim Ji-yeon starts us off.
South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff says North Korea on Thursday fired 2 unidentified projectiles into the East Sea from the northeastern coastal region of Hamgyeongnam-do province. Further information is being analyzed by the militaries of South Korea and the U.S. According to Japanese broadcaster NHK, Japan's defense ministry said the first projectile was fired on 7:06 a.m. and the second 24 minutes later. Sources within the South Korean military say the projectiles fired were ballistic missiles. The last time North Korea fired ballistic missiles was a year ago. If the source's information is confirmed, it means the North has violated UN Security Council resolutions for the first time since U.S. President Joe Biden took office. Watchers say these launches signify that the North is ready to gradually raise tensions with the U.S. On Sunday, the regime fired 2 cruise missiles into the West Sea, but the U.S. shrugged those off as business as usual, with President Biden saying nothing much had changed. There was no immediate response to the latest launch by the U.S., but the international community will be watching to see if they affect U.S. policy on North Korea, especially as the Biden administration is completing its comprehensive review on how it will approach Pyongyang over the next 4 years. Reuters reports that if they're confirmed to be ballistic missiles, it would represent a new challenge to President Biden's efforts to engage with Pyongyang. On top of that, a security meeting between South Korea, the U.S., and Japan is slated for next week. They'll be discussing how to deal with North Korea-related issues. Kim Ji-yeon, Arirang News.
And we have some news just coming in. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff has confirmed the 2 projectiles fired were short-range missiles. It's not ruling out the possibility they could have been ballistic missiles. It says they were fired from the ground near North Korea's Hamju, which is in Hamgyeongnam-do province. The first was fired at 7:06 a.m., the second at 7:25 a.m. They flew around 450 kilometers and reached an altitude of some 60 kilometers, and we'll have more details on that in our next newscast.